Okay, welcome to the drama-filled Sorare community. No, yeah, what's going on, guys? Thank you for being here. Yeah, game week 302 lineup builder, strategy show, whatever we want to call it. Finn, first in the chat. Finn, what's going on, mate? Thank you for joining us. Noah Brook as well is in nice and promptly. Yeah, really appreciate you guys popping in. Yeah, very drama filled. What was it, Thursday evening? But yeah, hope you boys are doing well. Yeah, I just saw some news then that the Nice Cologne game has been cancelled because of trouble in the crowd. So if you've got any Nice or Cologne players, that is just not ideal, I guess, because they're probably going to DMP. Lewis is in the building as well. Lewis, what's going on, mate? Thank you for joining us this evening. Hope you're doing super well. Yeah, having a bit of a bad hair day, to be fair to me. So thought I'd throw on the Sorare hat, which was kindly donated to me by Hoodwink. So thank you, Hoodwink. And yeah, game week 304, lads. It's gonna be a rough one. I'll be honest. I really do think it's gonna be rough. James is in the building as well. James, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining us this evening. I do hope you have a wicked time in Ibiza on Sunday. But yeah, no, I do think it's going to be a rough one, lads, to be honest, just with like rotation and stuff. What's this? Victor, which is your top 5 prioritized divisions if you had 5 teams? Good question. I mean, right now, like if you're asking me and like my personal opinion, it's going to be the under 23. So I would play, well, I do play under 23 rare. I would also play under 23 rare pro, which I do play. And I also play under 23 super rare. If I could, well, I would play under 23 limited as well. Yeah, just haven't really got round to really giving it a real go. And then eventually I'd love to, be able to play the under 23 unique division, but that's a pipeline dream right now. Unless I start winning every single week and finishing first every week. But yeah, they're just, that's just my preference. Like, I don't think everyone should follow that, like those 5 divisions, to be honest. Like if I'm a brand new player though, I would probably, obviously it depends on budget, of course, but I would probably go with all-star rare, to grind the ETH. And then I would probably build out a few nice limited teams, probably an under 23. And then probably concentrate mostly on the underdog and the specialists, even though they get much harder to sort of compete in. I think they are a nice little starting point for new users. So yeah, that's the that's that little explanation out of the way. I hope that helps. But yeah, I do think this weekend is going to be a bit of a shit show, lads, in terms of like rotation and stuff. I've just looked on the matchups tab on Sorare data, and there's some big teams with some really nice fixtures, which is worrying. But also, they are probably going to rotate. So it's like, if you have players playing in these teams, obviously it comes with a bit of a warning, doesn't it? Because they're going to have European football the week after, if they obviously play in Europe, and teams like obviously PSG, Celtic, PSV playing right now, Bayern Munich, Ajax, Porto, all these clubs, Barcelona, Feyenoord, Salzburg, Real, like literally the whole list, they're all going to be playing midweek. So I mean, when I say midweek, I mean next midweek as well. So yeah, it's going to be tricky. Obviously, the guys with the faces are the ones that like I have players of. But yeah, this is just like a generic sort of matchups tab on Sorare data. So yeah, we can just see all the big matchups over this weekend. PSG at the top there, at home to Brest. Celtic at home, I think that's Livingston, I'm not sure though. PSV at home to Walwick. Bayern at home to Stuttgart. Ajax at home to Heerenveen. Porto at home to Chaves, whoever that is. Palmeiras at home to whoever that is. Barca away to Cadiz. Salzburg away to, is that Reed? Not too sure. Feyenoord at home to Sparta. There's just some really, really nice fixtures, lads. And, it's going to be it's just going to be tough to really gauge, who's going to play after this midweek. Sort of concludes. Obviously, we're still Thursday, and Europa League and Conference League are still sort of playing. So yeah, there's still a lot of things up in the air. In regards to like how that's all going to plan out. Obviously, Champions League's out of the way, so we don't really have to worry about that. It's just a matter of sort of trying to work out who's going to rotate and who isn't, basically. George says, are you risking any British-based players with the Queen news? If I can help it, George, I probably won't risk it, if I'm honest. But obviously, with like myself having a bit of a condensed gallery, I don't know how probable that's going to be. Like, I don't have that many Premier League players or, British players as I probably should have. So I don't know if it's going to affect me like that much in my decision making. But yeah, I'll definitely be aware of it. Like, I'll try and sort of minimize the risk and not play them if I can. But if I have to, then so be it. But yeah, I'll definitely try and avoid it if possible. So yeah, I'm going to sort of toggle this to just show my matchup. So the players that I own. Pretty happy to see the Jorbe Vertessen is starting tonight for PSV against Bodo Glimt or Glitz in the Europa League, Conference League, whatever one it is. We can kind of have a look at that now, to be fair. Here we go. PSV, 18 minutes in. Jordan Teze is smashing. Philip Max is doing well as well. Jorbe Vertessen, my boy. No shots on target yet. Cody Gakpo with a 36. Xavi Simons with a 40. I don't think it'll be an easy game. I think they'll win, PSV that is, but I don't know what the score is going to be. Villarreal losing already to Lech Poznan. Arsenal winning 1-0. Is that Fabio Vieira? It's not Fabio Vieira. It is Marquinhos. Finn says Nico could be a big miss. He could be, to be fair, Finn, but they're playing Monday night against Leeds. I don't love the fixture. And he killed me last week, to be fair. So he's in my bad books for now. But I'm sure that won't last. What are we saying? Noah says games won't get cancelled. Games might get cancelled next week for the funeral, though. George says Liverpool versus Newcastle was postponed when Diana died, and FA agreed previously to postpone a weekend of fixtures as part of the Operation London Bridge. Yeah, I have seen that mentioned, to be fair. So, I will definitely keep an eye on it. But yeah, I didn't catch it there with an assist for Arsenal. Like I said, Villarreal losing. Yaiva Sharon is benched, which was not really a surprise to me, even though I captained him in one of my teams. I do actually have a bit of a sweat on, to be fair, this midweek. So I had this yesterday. It kind of died yesterday as well. But Timber with his first really nice score for me since winning him, which I'm pleased about. Before this, it was 59-59. And finally, we got a nice little dark green score out of him in a 4-0 win against Rangers. And then Pedri yesterday with a decent AA score, but brought off in the 75th, 5-1 win against Pilsen. I think he missed a big chance as well. Yeah, I tried to watch a lot of the game on my phone in the gym on the Virgin TV app or whatever it is, but for some reason they weren't showing the Barca game, which was annoying. So I was having to watch the Champions League goals show, and then every time Barca would score, I could just sort of see the highlights from that. But Fati, no goal, no assist, which was disappointing. And then Ferran Torres ends up coming on for him. And then, basically just popping off in 25 minutes, goal and an assist, which was a little bit annoying. And then Costa lost his clean sheets. They conceded 90th and then 98th minute. Griezmann scored the winner. So yeah, a little bit annoying there. But yeah, I'm not too annoyed at this point. It looks like it's going to be a wasted Timber score, but as I'll show you, I've also wasted a nice little Wesley Fofana score here as well. Tani with a 29. I know you can't see it, but Tani there with a 29, conceded 3 as I kind of expected. Tanguy conceding 4 against Man City. For Sharon sub, João Mario came off the bench as well. I think he missed a big chance as well, didn't he? Yeah, he missed a big chance as well. But yeah, this was a massively, I didn't expect anything from this lineup, to be completely honest. But yeah, Fofana completely outscored anything that I'd think he would. Sorry, I'm just reading. a tweet. But yeah, really good score from him, which was pleasing. And then the team that, like I said, I have a bit of a sweat on with tonight is the under-23 Rare Pro, my bread and butter, where I try and win as many prizes as I can, really, and prioritize. Enzo with a 89.9 as my captain, Florentino Luis as a 55, 20 AA score, which was nice, but I wanted a little bit more from my super rare. But it'll do. 160 points after 2 players played. We've got Jens, Badia Shiel, and Alban Lafont, hopefully all playing at 8 o'clock. So we'll find out maybe in the next half an hour, team lineup news. And sort of take it from there. So hopefully we can get something here. Like, the scores aren't crazy right now. 86% completed, 177 points till a tier 1. Obviously, there's other players to play, of course, but it's looking, decent enough if my boys all start. And obviously, we're going to probably need a clean sheet from Lafont, which isn't out of the question. At home to Olympiacos, I think it definitely is possible. Federico's in the building as well. Federico, what's going on, man? Sorry, I'm just replying to a Discord message. Yeah. So yeah, that is my sweat for tonight. Hopefully something can come of that. So that can kind of go now. We can go back to lineup building. And yeah, game week 304. Take a little drink. Like I said, I think it's going to be a tough one to crack in terms of like rotations and stuff. If you've got players that don't play in Europe and sort of just play once a week, then I think that is probably the way to go this weekend. I wouldn't risk things if you can help it. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep that in mind when I'm building my lineups. But yeah, in terms of prize pools, etc., 60 prizes under 23 Rare Pro, which is what it's been for a little while, to be fair. So nothing crazy there. 414 entrants. Under 23, 280 prizes for 1,321 participants. And then under 23 Super Rare, 32 prizes, but top gets 2 prizes for 106. But obviously we'll see those numbers definitely increase. And then what is All Stars saying? All Stars at 13,000 participants. Oh, didn't mean that. And then 725 rewards. What about All Star Limited? 17,000 in there. That's a big number. 3,100 prizes. Jesus, that's a lot of prizes. Is that like way more than usual? Or am I just imagining things? 3,100 prizes. That seems insane. To be fair, maybe I'm just out of the loop a little bit. We have all the underdogs. We have the specialists. We have a specialist limited. Do we have multiple of them? No. So we have the specialist champions Europe, which does sound pretty interesting. To be fair, underdog limited 45, and then we get the normal underdogs. So 2 underdogs, 2 specialist limiteds. I might potentially throw something into this underdog super rare if I can. But yeah, let's probably just get down with some good old lineup building, right? So we're gonna get up our under 23 Rare Pro ready to go. We're then gonna go over here and get this ready for our goalkeeper. So so we can only see the players that we own in terms of the matchups, and then basically take it from here, lads. So we've got 3 goalkeeper options, but 2 of them being rare cards. One being Tanny as our super, which we'll definitely keep for under 23 D2. So yeah, it's basically Diego Costa or Alban Lafont. Side note, Etienne Green got red carded again midweek. So he's out for another 3 games, which is just unbelievable. But yeah, Lafont or Diego Costa. For me, I was looking at Play Sharper and where is it to Porto's chances of a clean sheet is apparently 58%, which is a very, very high percentage. And yeah, I'm very happy to see that. Comparing that to Lafont away to Lorient, it is a 28.57, meaning that it's kind of an obvious choice what I'm going to go with here, even though the opposition scores would probably tell you otherwise. That's always, just don't take the opposition scores gospel, basically, is what I would say there. So, Lorient might have been conceding a lot of goals recently, which is fair enough, or basically not scoring many goals. But it doesn't mean to say that Costa's fixture is better, which I think it is. So we're going to go with Costa as our goalkeeper, which is a nice and easy decision. I'm then going to go and try and sort out our forward situation, right? So if we go back to here, in terms of win percentage, PSV are top, which is nice to see, but I don't fancy... I mean, Vertessen's starting tonight. If he scores a couple tonight, then he definitely is in contention of starting on the weekend, but I just don't really want to risk it. So yeah, he's out of the question for now. We see João Mario, who's another forward that I own. Well, I own the forward version of his card. There is a defender version as well. Again, didn't start yesterday. Does that mean he plays on the weekend? Maybe. Looking like if Porto are looking forward to next midweek, where they'll probably play their strongest team. For some reason, João Mario's kind of being dropped from their right back position right now. So he could probably start, and it is obviously a good fixture if we're looking at their win percentage. So that's definitely in contention, but I would prefer not to play a super rare forward in my D3 team if possible. Fatty's an option, but played or started yesterday. I just don't really see him starting again on the weekend, even though it is a nice fixture. And that doesn't mean to say he can't come off the bench and get a DA. Scrolling down to try and find any other forwards that we have. Jens Odegaard pops up at home to FC 20. I don't love that fixture, but that could definitely be an option. He is also playing tonight, so I will have to look out for that. Any other forwards? Mika is suspended, so that isn't an option. Any other forwards? Excuse me. FC Dallas are playing at home to LAFC, which is a tough game, but I do fancy Jesus Ferreira to do something there. Even though the fixture isn't great, MLS is just normally full of goals, and LA. Let me check LA. I'm gonna check their latest. Just gonna check how many goals. Yeah, so they beat Real Salt Lake at home, which you'd probably expect. They lost to Houston Dynamo 2-1 away, and they lost on the road to Austin FC, and they lost on the road to San Jose Earthquakes. So what this tells me is their home advantage is massive. So I probably will go ahead and pick Jesus Ferreira as my forward, because FC Dallas do seem to score goals, and yeah, LAFC just don't seem to be that good away from home. I do have a Zion Fleming as well at the bottom here, but he is a super rare as well, and obviously, with the whole Queen situation, I probably don't need to risk anything there. So I think Jesus Ferreira is going to pop in as my forward. So that's nice and easy there. We'll go, what should we do next? We'll do midfielder next, because I still need to fit in 2 super rares. So, one of them, well, 2 of them could be, I could go with 2 super rare mids. I could go with 2 super rare defenders. I could go with 1 defender, 1 forward. I could go with 1 mid, 1 forward. So I still have options right now. So my next sort of situation for me is like, okay, well, what are my best two super rares? It doesn't have to be a mid. It can be anything, but sort of, what is my best super rare sort of situation? Scrolling down this list, it doesn't look great from the outset in terms of supers, that is. If anything, really. Alan Varela at home to River. I don't love that fixture. Sforza at home isn't a bad fixture. I don't think he'll score badly, but I just don't think he's going to score as well as I'd like him to. These two fixtures kind of interest me. So Florentino is playing away to Famalicão, which it's not an easy game for Benfica, but it's definitely on the easier side of fixtures in that league. It's like all my super rares basically are playing away this weekend, which is annoying. Gele away to Circle Bruges seems like a nice option as well. For Sharon away to Westerlo, which I don't love, especially that he's not playing tonight. So yeah, a lot of these decisions will like sort of be based around what's happening tonight as well, in terms of, if somebody gets injured and X, Y, and Z. So yeah, none of these super rare mid options like scream out to me, wow, like amazing fixture. So I'll go and have a look at what we've got in defense first, and see if we can work around that. So in defense, obviously Timber's at the top there, but he isn't a super rare, so that doesn't really count. Nico Williams away to Leeds, like we mentioned earlier. Do we want to risk it with the whole postponement? Worry, probably not, even though on paper it is a good fixture for them, but you just don't know what you're going to get with Nottingham Forest right now, especially away to Leeds. I do fancy Leeds scoring goals there, if I had to guess. George Campbell isn't in the squad, isn't in the starting 11 right now, so he isn't an option. I do kind of like this Carlos Cuesta option away to USG. They're playing tonight, so I'm not going to say that they're going to be fatigued for the weekend, but it's just not ideal, is it? Are they playing a USG playing at home tonight is my question. They're not. They're playing away in Germany. So if I had to guess, they're probably going to rotate a little bit for the weekend, I imagine. It's just my guess. And Cuesta has been scoring well recently, so that is definitely an option for me. Again, I just don't love that he's away, but I can kind of deal with it. Defenders have apparently been scoring pretty well away to, just against USG. That doesn't necessarily mean away to USG. I'm just going to have a look at Play Sharper and see what the odds are for the game, etc. Okay, so USG are favourites, which is fair enough. I can see that. But a 23% clean sheet percentage for Genk isn't ideal, is it really? Cuesta's there, so we probably know Cuesta's going to play. But is he going to start? Well, not so much is he going to start. Are they going to sort of keep a clean sheet, and is he going to score well is sort of the next contemplation. Scrolling down, though, we've got Sekikawa away to Sanga, which is actually a really good fixture for them. If we look at Play Sharper and go to Japan, J-League, we scroll down to Kashima Antlers, we see that he's here. He's at 70%, though, which I don't love at all, if I'm completely honest. But they do have a 39% clean sheet probability, according to Play Sharper, which is a healthier number for sure. But does that 70% make me not want to play him? Kind of. Koga away to Ura Reds. I don't love that fixture at all. To be honest, I just can't trust Raysol right now. Seo Young-woo's at home to Potang. Benoit Badiashile is at home to Lyon. Lyon just lost 4-1, albeit away to Lorient. Badiashile will be playing tonight. Hopefully, he's in the starting 11. So, again, I don't love the fixture, if I'm completely honest. There's just not many fixtures that I'm loving this midweek, lads. Or this weekend, for this weekend. So that is making things a little bit tricky. This is why I said it was a bit of a shit. Well, why I think it's going to be a bit of a shit show. Just looking at Tanguy Nianzou's chances of playing and getting a clean sheet. So I kind of don't mind this fixture for Tanguy. This could definitely be an option as one of the super rares. I just don't know. I know the opposition scoring great, but I do think this could be a good fixture for him away to Espanyol. I know Sevilla haven't been great this year as of yet, this season, sorry, but I think there could be scope there. Jordan Bayer, I won't have any info on him basically, but I'd love to know if Jordan Bayer is going to play for Burnley, if anyone is a Burnley fan. Stokey says Reds had COVID or have COVID issues according to a tweet. Interesting. Okay, that's definitely something to look out for. Espanyol lowest average possession. Interesting. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I am kind of leaning towards this Tanguy fixture, if I'm honest. And then somehow fitting Timber into that side. So if I did go with Tanguy, and then I did go with where's he to? Timber as my extra. I then could go, well, then I would have to kind of go with a super rare mid, which, you know, I don't mind doing, considering like not many of my fixtures really are cutting it for me, if I'm being completely honest. Florentino Luis would probably stand out as the most obvious choice. Yeah, nothing's... I guess Callum Slattery could do well away to Ross County for Motherwell. He's been scoring pretty well recently in terms of AA as well. This is a bit of a sticky one, to be fair. Who else could go here in terms of... Like, if I didn't want to play any British rares... Yeah, that's... Okay, so... Sigerson said, I don't see... I'm not a Burnley fan, but I don't see Bayer starting for Burnley anytime soon. Yeah, that's fair enough. I definitely see that. I'm just thinking now, if I want to... I know this is against what I normally say in terms of getting my best teams out. Simo's just joined us. Simo, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining us this evening. It doesn't look like I really have the rare... What I'm thinking is I'm thinking ahead in terms of under 23 rare, right? If I don't play Fofana, Dalot, I mean, I could play Seo Young Woo, and that would kind of be okay. Yeah, I guess we could. We can still go with this then, right? Let me try and find a super rare for us. A super rare mid. Don't like any of these options. It's probably going to have to be Florentino Luis, lads, isn't it? But does he get rotated is my issue. Does he get rotated? Who did Benfica play the midweek after? I know I have a Zaidou Yusuf unique card who plays for Famalicão. So I know they're not great at all. So they play Juventus away on... What day is that? What day is it today? So with the 8th today, they must play... So Benfica plays Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, maybe there won't be that much rotation then. Maybe we could get away with playing Florentino Luis in here. I think that might be the play. And then probably captain in Timber, because I think it's a really good fixture for him. I think that could be the play, lads. Let me know what you would do here. I know that's leaving out Badiashile. That's leaving out Carlos Cuesta in terms of like super rare defenders. Am I trying too hard with going with Tanguy here? Do I think Badiashile could be a bit more active? Because if we're saying Espanyol are one of the worst in the league for possession, basically means Tanguy's not going to be doing much defending, right? Which obviously increases the chance of... I mean, not obviously, but it kind of increases the chance of sort of keeping a clean sheet and not sort of facing that many shots, whereas Monaco Lyon could be like 3-3, really, couldn't it? And if your defender's losing 12 points, it's just not going to be great for you, is it? Or me. So that is definitely something I'm worried about. Carlos Cuesta on the other hand, like on the same sort of hand, USG could definitely score a couple goals. I know I said that they could rotate, which they very well might, but I don't love it. So I think this is probably the best out of a bad bunch. I know that probably sounds stupid, but I do think it's just tough for me to really get out anything that's going to like light up the world in any way this weekend. Okay. We'll plug this in for now. Where's he to? Tanguy, Florentino, Ferreira, and where is Julian Timber? There he is. And then we'll give that a go. Okay. And then next is going to be under 23 rare, which the goalkeeper position is going to just pick itself. Lafont is the only sort of candidate for that position. And then in defense, if I want to negate the whole don't play Prem players, then I basically have to go with Seo Young-woo. Which again isn't much of a headache, really. It just sort of slots straight in there. This is where it's going to get tricky because I have a lot of rare midfielders and I can't fit them all in, is my worry. Pedri, even Pablo Ruiz has a really good fixture this weekend. Daniel Lutkin has an okay fixture. Like, it's not going to be easy against Spartak, but the fact they're at home, I do think they'll probably score a few goals, or there definitely will be goals in the game. PSV are actually losing tonight, lads. They've just gone 1-0 down, just to let you know. And then, yeah, Enzo Fernandez as well is definitely a player that I want to play. So I'm going to be leaving either Utkin, Fernandez, or Pedri out here, really. I know the Pablo Ruiz fixture is good, but can I not play Pedri, Enzo, or Daniel Utkin over him? Probably not. But DC haven't been as bad recently. I don't know. Does Pablo Ruiz absolutely kill? Probably not. Like, he'll probably get a good AA score, but I just can't see him getting a DA. Finn says has to be Enzo. Yeah, it probably does have to be Enzo. Probably does, doesn't it? But it's like, okay, who goes with him? In terms of forwards, there's 3 options here. It's Jens Odegaard, Ansu Fati off the bench probably, and Ahmed Kutku, who I think is going to play or start, but I don't really want to risk it, if I'm being completely honest, in this team. So it's basically out of Jens Odegaard and Ansu Fati. Now, yeah, FC20 aren't no mugs at all. Sigo said, what a goal from Bodo. Fair play, 1-0 away to PSV. Finn says, I have a Salt Lake stack, but I think they'll do well, but Enzo is different level. He is different level, but then you just got to hope that, there's just no rotation in that team. Is kind of my worry there. Okay, so it's probably Jens Odegaard, isn't it? Obviously, we haven't seen what's happened tonight first, so, he might get injured. Hopefully he doesn't. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Obviously, if he's healthy tonight and maybe even scores, then he'll definitely get the nod for me. And then in terms of the extra position, we've got Pedri. It's basically Pedri or Utkin. Excuse me. In terms of like playing it safe. Does Pedri start against Cadiz? Thing is, they play Bayern Munich, don't they, the week after? So I think I have to just go with Utkin, I know I'm going against, like, out of these players here, 3 of them have midweek fixtures, right? Jens, Enzo, and Lafont. The one I'm worried most about, though, is Enzo, in terms of like him not starting, even though he started every game. You just never know that he's not going to start. So that's probably what I would go with for my rare team. I know it feels stupid leaving Pedri out, but I'm just worried that he's not going to play, to be honest. And I need 5 starters. Um, well, captain Utkin, I feel like he is due a decisive, if I'm honest. And we'll throw that team into here. So we'll go Seo Young-woo, Utkin, Jens, and Enzo. And we'll captain Daniel Utkin. Okay, this is going to be a tricky one now. The under-23 Super Rare lineup is going to be tough, I think. Okay. So as always, Tani goes in nets for us, so in the net for us. Okay, Super Rare defenders. For me, it's out of Carlos Cuesta or Badiashile. Cuesta doesn't have midweek fixtures, so I don't need to worry about Badiashile being rotated on the weekend. So my instant thought is to play him, if I'm just being honest. So that's probably what I'm going to do for now. Midfielders. We could go with Zaidu Youssef, but I do think they're going to get absolutely battered by Benfica, and I just don't. Ben's just said Queen has been announced as dead. Jesus, really? Oh, yeah, she's died age 96. Wow. Very interesting. Arthur Theater. Oh, what a goal that is. Oh, well, RIP the Queen. Oh, here we go. We joined the country in the morning of the death of Her Majesty the Queen, yeah. It must be official if Burnley are tweeting it. Okay. Do I bother playing my unique this weekend at home to Benfica? That is such a tough fixture. I just don't know if it's worth it. I really don't know if it is, lads. And if I don't, I think my next best player is probably Jelly or Vasharon. I don't know. I just don't love any of these fixtures, to be honest. We'll probably throw him in there for now. Again, Antwerp don't have midweek, so that's kind of a worry that I don't need to have. Okay, up front, let me just toggle this to Super Rares, sorry. Zion Fleming away to Sunderland. Akida away to Pulse. Jean Mario at home, but he's definitely a rotational risk. Lehaji is just fallen off the face of the earth. Kutku, we mentioned, should probably play, but away to St. Pauli doesn't sound too appealing. And then Jorbe Vertessen, who's playing right now for PSV, but they're obviously losing, so can't be doing that well because they haven't scored any goals. So this is a tough one. For me, it's probably out of Zion Fleming because he started the last 2 for Millwall. They won last weekend. Didn't get a decisive, but or is João Mario the obvious play? Does he play João Mario though? I'm not convinced he does, you know. I'm really not convinced that the manager plays João Mario. Seeing what happened last night and them losing and stuff, and he just come off the bench. I don't know. I don't see it happening. I think he's in the bad books for now. So I'm going to throw Zion Fleming in there. And then as our extra player. Ooh, I don't love this team, lads. I'll be honest. I really, really don't love it. As our extra player, it's either Badiashile, Sforza, Kutku could play in there. Callum Slattery could do a job for Sharon. There's players, but I'm just not falling in love with the idea of playing any of them, to be completely honest. Finn says, will games not get cancelled from Queen? I imagine they will, Finn. Yeah, in terms of like Premier League fixtures and stuff. Yeah, you would think they would. I don't know. I just, from what somebody said in the chat earlier, I think like it sounds like they would. So yeah, that's definitely something to keep into consideration. But I don't know if all games are going to get cancelled in terms of like Europe. Okay. Who do we go with? It's probably Badiashile, isn't it? Yeah. You know what? I'm just going to go with Badiashile. I'm going to call it a day there, I think, with that team. And we'll captain that. Under 23s. Tani, Carlos, Jelle, Zion, and Benoit. Well, captain. Who did we captain? Well, captain Jelle, because he's probably the most decisive, capable. I imagine, and then we can go and get an underdog super rare team out. I think. In terms of forwards, we can go Jean Mario Kutku or Vitesse actually. Vitesse could come off the bench and score, even if he doesn't start. Whereas, I mean, any of them could, but I fancy Vitesse over the other ones. We'll do Koga here because we don't know if Segikawa is going to play. And then in midfield, I mean, the obvious choice would be, let me move me over here. The obvious choice would be to go with Visharan, but I'm just not convinced. I think Callum Slattery could do a job. I think Juan Forza could do a job as well. We'll go with Forza. Forza, sorry. And then as our extra player, we'll go with Visharan and we'll captain him just in case he does pop off. We don't really care about that underdog team too much. I would like to play an underdog rare team, but I don't think I have the play. Well, technically I could. No, actually, could I? No, I can't. I don't have a rare defender to play. Sporadic stream. Queen is dead. Finn says, "All right, mate. Off to footy. Couldn't stay any longer. Enjoy the stream. Thank you, Finn, man. Enjoy your football tonight, mate. I do really appreciate it. Yeah, I do really appreciate you popping in. Okay, all-star rare team. Etienne Greeno going goals. Oh, this leaves me in a sticky situation now, doesn't it? Because I might not be able to. Well, one of these might not play. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. We'll just throw the big guns into here and see what happens. Yeah, we'll adapt if needed. Some of the are they 8 o'clock games. Some of those lineups are coming out. Excuse me. So I am patiently waiting for them and hoping that Lafont, Badiashile, and Jens Odegaard are all playing. Just checking out my tweet. Okay. So this is what we've built. We've got the under 23 Rare Pro, Costa Timber, Nianzu, Florentino Luis, Jesus Ferreira, Lafont, Young Wu, Enzo Utkin, Jens Odegaard, Tani Badiashile Cuesta, Jelle Batial, Zion Fleming, and then we've got an all-star rare and underdog team. Okay. I'm going to go in and build a Sorare Data SD League lineup because, yeah, I'm not going to win anything this week or this season because I've lost way too many games. So let's stick in our defenders, Cuesta, Timber, and Badiashile. We'll go Enzo, Utkin, go Florentino, and we'll go Jelle, and then 2 up front. Probably Ferreira and Odegaard. I think that's fair. And we'll captain Utkin, see what happens. Pierre says he needs an Ibanez and Vertonghen clean sheet. I hope they hold for you, mate. I really do. No, sorry, I don't want to put Tani there. I want to put Lafont there instead. Midfielder, defender, we'll go with Seo Young Woo. Go Pedri. And up front, we'll go Yorbe, see what happens. We'll save that. Kerry, what's going on? Thank you for joining us this evening. Yeah, I'm doing really well, mate. Thank you. We've just built a couple of teams out for this upcoming weekend. But yeah, I'm doing well, mate. I hope you are as well. Yeah, sad to see the news about the Queen. Look how many retweets that's got, by the way, or did have. 350k. The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. I'm just trying to look for team news, to be honest. Let's see what AZ tweeted anything. Oh, Jens Odegaard, he's in. Let's go. So there's one tick. We need Monaco. We need Monaco to be starting Badiashile. Please, please, please. Oh, we don't know. We don't know. They haven't tweeted, I don't think. Is his name there? No, his name's not there. Okay, so we know Odegaard's starting. We need to find out if Badiashile's starting. That is the next big one. And then, and Lafont is starting for Nantes, which is very, very encouraging. Pierre says, how many points do you think for Rare in Specialist? Are you talking about like this midweek or like on the weekend, Pierre? Let me know. If so, we could have a look at this midweek if you wanted to. Specialist Limited. I won't be able to see. I was going to say I'll be able to see the price. Like how many rare rewards are there in the Specialist Limited this midweek, Pierre? If you are referring to this midweek, if not, then I guess we could look at this weekend. I guess we could look at past weekends as well. But so how many rewards this past weekend? So Specialist Limited, 80 rewards. There's probably not that many like this midweek, if that makes sense. So let's say there's 40. I don't know. You're probably looking at, I don't know, 330 points. That's just me just sort of spitballing. But I imagine something along the lines of 300 points. This midweek, he said 33. Okay. Yeah. Let me check. Yeah, I'd be shocked if it's anything less than 350. Maybe more. Probably 350. Pierre says, I'm on 205 now with Jose on 63. Ibanez and Vertonghen still playing. And Reindeers to start. I didn't know with Jose. 60. Ibanez and Vertonghen still playing. I think that'll be tough. I think you might need a few decisives in there, Pierre, but it's definitely possible. I mean, if Reindeers gets 100 for you, maybe, then yeah, I'm sure things can improve. But yeah, I'd probably say 350, but that is just my guess. Okay, lads, we're probably going to leave it there. Yeah, pretty short stream tonight. I'm going to pop over to the gym now, I think, because I haven't been today at all. So yeah, been slacking a little bit. Lads, if you could leave a like on the live stream, it honestly mean the world to me. And yeah, have a great game week. Have a great weekend. I know we've just heard the Queen's news and stuff, so we'll sort of see what happened with football and stuff like that in terms of like British football. But if you're outside of Britain, I guess it won't really matter too much to you. Pierre says, I think I need both clean sheets and a Reindeers decisive. Yeah, that probably makes a lot of sense, to be fair, mate. That probably is going to get you around that 300 to 350 mark. But yeah, lads, like I said, have a great game week. Have a great day. And I shall see you guys in the next live stream.